Mourinho has just praised the first leg match and also today's match, and the fact that Juventus certainly has the potential to win this Champions League, or at least to try and win it. Do you think that this could further increase your disappointment for not winning this match that basically was in your hands? Well, that's what football is all about. Well, let's say that tonight this defeat could be painless, but it's true that we cannot win all the time, and tonight we have such a defeat, and it was certainly unexpected considering what the team did on the pitch. And obviously this also means that we need to score more goals, especially in the first half. We need to attack more with all the crosses that we made, and in the end we conceded 2 free kicks, both in the first and the second half, because they were all dangerous with Mata, and then Fellaini certainly gave a lot of physical contribution and substance to the team. So this doesn't really change much for us because we still have 9 points, and so these things might happen, that when you play against Manchester, each team will win each match, but obviously no one actually expects to win all the games. So if we kind of had this kind of stumble, it was much better to have it tonight in this situation with a good performance that nonetheless leaves us a little bitter taste in our mouth and makes us go a little back and raise our level of attention, because also tonight things seem to be rather easy, but the further you go ahead and the more the attention decreases. We saw this on with Cagliari and then against Empoli as well. So this kind of defeat, especially from a psychological point of view, should really make us very upset, and this means that we'll have to be more concentrated and definitely be more careful. I would like to ask you, Max, I don't know if you share the same impression that he probably prepared his match this way. Let's keep it until, in a very imbalanced way until the end. But the problems that arose with Cagliari and Genoa was again present tonight. The fact that you didn't score enough goals and you were not able to conclude the match. Is there something that you are concerned about, worried about? Well, I'm not worried. Obviously, we need to be more precise and accurate, especially when we are in front of the goal. And I think that we actually concede too many free kicks, both on the side and in the central position. We want to steal the ball immediately, and that's not good. So we definitely need to improve this aspect, because during the matches either we concede goals because of lack of attention or because of active balls. So that's something that we have to take into consideration, and of course we need to focus more on these and be very careful. On Saturday against Cagliari there was a side fall when Szczesny saved the ball. So somehow we fell asleep, and so the ball was put right in the center. So we need to work on this, and it's quite normal that a defeat like this will certainly raise our level of attention. Also consider that on Sunday we have a very important match against Milan that usually is quite a balanced match, but that's a kind of game where the 3 top teams will be playing, and so if we don't play well we might lose some points. So that's something that again we need to consider in the right way. So are you mainly annoyed by the lack of attention in the defense or the missed goals? Well, what really annoys me is when we lose, of course. So far we had never lost, so obviously tonight was a kind of test bed in order to understand what kind of reaction we need from tomorrow onwards, because tonight was a match that we deserved to win. But of course if you win it's because you're good. if you don't win, it's probably because the opponent was better than you. To seize opportunities, to create opportunities, and to exploit their qualities. They didn't have Fellaini in the first leg, and now they kept Fellaini, and so he gave an important contribution. So somehow we defended well with the ball on the ground, and so this means that we didn't need to concede any free kicks, but this happened, and so that's why we ended up this way. And this is an important lesson that we need to learn. So we need to react immediately and react to such a defeat that in terms of this group stage actually does not matter, or at least it shouldn't matter too much.
You were in complete control of that game and should have won the game. It changed a little bit. You said it yourself when Fellaini came on. Fellaini has done that before for Manchester United. From a coach's point of view, what is the Fellaini effect? What does he do to change the game for Manchester United to make your job more difficult?
Well, quite easy. The fact that Fellaini is 190, very strong with the headers, and so they started with this kind of balls. Well, actually, we didn't really concede too many high balls, but we conceded 2 free kicks, and Mata was very good, and he then scored. That's what happens, because basically he rebounced on Alexandro, and then Bonucci, and then he was netted. So basically, it was also a matter of chance. So what actually shouldn't have happened, the fact that after 1-0, we shouldn't have done that. 5 minutes from the end, this shouldn't have happened, basically. So you said before that after the 1-0, Juventus in the Italian league played 189 minutes with 2 goals. So this means that you find it difficult maybe to have 2 goals as an advantage. So maybe with just 1 goal as an advantage, you sometimes get a little careless, a little bit of distraction. So talking about statistics, of course, compared to the top teams in the Italian team, we find that in the Champions League you have this kind of problems. Well, of course, I stress again that we've always been lucky from a certain point of view, and then unlucky considering what has happened tonight, because we need to consider things also in the positive way. So we still have 2 matches, so we are still leaders of this group stage, and to qualify, to go through to the next stage. So tonight we have played a very nice match, but we haven't won. So from a certain point of view, this could be good in the sense that we haven't lost a match yet. So this will be an important lesson to learn. But now we need to be focused on Sunday's match, because we need points also in that case. I would like to ask you if the final situation was clarified with Mourinho, especially considering that yesterday he said that he has great respect for Juventus and is a good friend of yours. So what about the end, what happened at the end of tonight's match? Well, actually, I didn't see what happened because I just went inside. And of course, everybody has his own way to behave and to react. So these are just personal reactions. So if he did something, I cannot say whether he's right or wrong. Well, tonight, after the match, as usual, I just, go out and just leave the pitch, and that's what I've done. And actually, tonight, I would have left the pitch even earlier because of the defeat. So as now you just spoiled Ronaldo's masterpiece. And what do you think about his goal? And maybe unconsciously, after his goal, you somehow were concentrated too much on that goal, and maybe you just we're not so much careful. Well, it's not that we spoiled his goal. There were also other occasions, really great occasions to score other goals. So that's football. Obviously, things may happen also by chance. So there is an opponent, and this is a Champions match. So obviously, lots of things might happen, and this means that we can always improve. There is always room for improvement. But I would say that the team played really very well in the defense in terms of intensity, intensity, we have not conceded much, and we have created a lot. Then, of course, in the end, we were aware of the difficulties that we might address when Fellaini was fielded, but so there was this free kick at the end of the border of the line, and then the other one that just was netted. So from the negative things, we also need to find the positive things. The positive things is that such a defeat won't be that painful in the end. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.